Over the years of my entrepreneurship journey, I've observed many entrepreneurs around us taking huge risks, even to the extent of selling homes to start a business, leading to many personal tragedies. I feel if we don't clarify this principle, there is nothing wrong with entrepreneurship itself. The problem lies in our failure to manage risks properly. A great entrepreneur is never someone who takes risks, but someone who controls them effectively. Let's start by talking about risks. Since I was young, my father always taught me that risk is proportional to reward. Many people have this notion in their minds that risk and reward go hand in hand, but it can lead to several problems. For example, my father used to say, "Don't envy the wealthy." Why? Because risk equals reward. Yes, they may have made a lot of money, but they've also taken significant risks. Therefore, we shouldn't take that chance. On the other hand, some people hear the statement that risk is proportional to reward and interpret it as an invitation to take risks. So, they take reckless actions like gambling, thinking the greater the risk, the higher the reward. Unfortunately, this often leads to disastrous outcomes, such as financial ruin and various tragedies. In reality, both views are problematic and pose significant challenges. The truth is that risk and reward are rarely proportional. Why is that? This dawned on me recently. There's a crucial variable between risk and reward: capability. Take tightrope walking, for example. For ordinary people like us, it's incredibly risky to walk a tightrope over the Huangpu River. But for a professional circus performer, if they can't even somersault while walking, no one will applaud because they've walked a few circles casually. Why pay for that? So, for us, it's highly risky, but for those performers, it's like a stroll because of their capabilities. When someone develops a certain capability, risks diminish. After finishing this book, I had dinner with Mr. Jin Weichen, a teacher I greatly admire. He founded Taiwan's Business Weekly and is wise and experienced. His company was eventually sold to Mr. Li Ka-shing, who greatly respected him and even entrusted Mr. Jin to write his biography. They often chat together, and Mr. Jin shared an interesting story with me when he heard the title of my book, Low Risk Entrepreneurship. He said once during dinner, Mr. Li remarked, "It's strange how people in society perceive me as someone good at taking risks because of my businesses, starting from a young age with plastic flowers, real estate, ports, and more. They think I'm a risk taker, but to be honest, I've never taken risks in my life." Li Ka-shing admitted this candidly. Why? He said, "Look, why did I start with plastic flowers? Because I used to work in a plastic flower factory. I knew the production costs, the selling price, the channels, and the marketing strategies for big clients. Thus, there was no risk in making plastic flowers." Moving on to real estate, many say Li Ka-shing gambled on Hong Kong's property market. However, it is not the case, he said. I already knew the value of those properties very well. I'd been observing them for years. So, in my mind, I'd already chosen the targets. I knew exactly which property was worth how much, and I just waited for the right moment to make a move. He waited until prices dropped significantly below their true value, bought them, and watched them rise again. That's how he made money. So regarding real estate, he said, "I never gambled. I never said, let's take a chance. I always knew the value." You might wonder why you always end up buying expensive things when you go shopping. It's because you're not an expert. You don't know exactly how much that shirt is worth, so you get anchored by the seller's price. They say it's $10,000, you think about it, negotiate down to $7,000, and end up buying it. That's why Li Ka-shing said that as his business grew bigger, he started using barbell strategy, though he didn't use those exact words. He said, "Look, I'm into shipping and energy now, balancing between both. When energy's up, I make money there. When it's down, I make it in shipping. That way, I always make money." So I feel risks become smaller and smaller. Li Ka-shing felt that way throughout his life in business. Likewise, as your skills grow and your resources increase, your ability to handle risks grows. If you're starting a business, please, first and foremost, enhance your entrepreneurial skills. When your skills aren't up there and you hear that risk equals reward, you might think, well, entrepreneurship involves taking some risk.